Hey guys, Rusty here at Ugly HP. Today we're working on a Hummer H3, replacing the passenger side CV axle. It's clicking when the guy's turning sharp. It hasn't really spun a lot of grease out, but it's definitely bad. I'm going to try to remove this thing without taking this whole spindle off. So it's going to be trial by error. Lighting's the best I can do for you. I tried my best to make it better, but that's as good as I can get. Take your speed sensor cable, get it loose from everything. All we're going to do is unbolt it here at the upper ball joint, lower sway bar link. Might have to loosen this one and the outer tie rod in. This way we have some motion out here, and then we'll go from there. So this one right here is a 21. That's the one we're going to start with. I do have the caliper and rotor off already. I zip tied the caliper off this way. We don't stretch this brake line and collapse it. So it's always the best thing if you have a heavy caliper to not let it hang, or else you're gonna have to replace that line. Okay, so this is out of the way now. I can get some motion out of this. Next thing, I'm gonna try to get that one out. See if it comes out as easy. Basically out of the way. Move you back just to her. Okay, so I got this out of the way. Essentially what I did, these ain't to where you can grab them from the wrench on the back side like normal. I just grabbed it with a pair of vice grips. It really didn't take that long. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't sitting here fighting it for 45 minutes while you guys recording, because like I said, we're trying to do this, beat the clock, do it a faster way. So now we're going to knock this one out right here. That's an 18, so you'll need a wrench. And I got the impact hammer ball joint splitters, but I'm trying to do this the way maybe somebody that does not have that would do it, which would be by hammer, which is basically shocking it by hitting it. I have a customer, I'll be right back. Okay, so while the camera was off, I turned it back on, pulled the bolt out, beat this with a hammer, and then just pried up on this a little bit, and it popped out. But between that, a customer walked up, started bullshitting with me, so I didn't have time to edit that out, because we don't edit here, we just kind of get it and go. Alright, so now that we got this far, we need to take this front nut off of this axle and push it back in this way, and that should give us the clearance to get the thing out. Not saying it will, we're giving it a try. It's a 35 millimeter axle nut socket. Now you can beat on that end to knock it through, because obviously it's getting changed. But I got this guy. Makes it easier. turn this, kind of push it out. So you can see we got it that far. Should be able to pop it out, slide it out, and hopefully the other one will just pop back in there. And that, obviously, I haven't even been on this thing for 15 minutes yet. Spent more time talking to you guys, which I don't hate doing, but same reason why flat rate pays better. My Not all vehicles lose oil whenever you pull them out, but some do. You do want to compare your old parts with your new parts. They will look different if you're getting an aftermarket, like we got an aftermarket for this one. The guy said the Hummer dealership wanted $800 to do this job. So he just wanted to use an aftermarket brand. Once you feel that you're lined up with your splines, they'll either push in, and if they don't, what I do is I will take the nut that they gave me, thread it on there, and just give it some taps. I can use my air hammer, but I'm just going to do it the way you guys would, being that I'm trying to show you that this way will not destroy it. Just make sure your axle is straight, because it's going to want to turn if you're hitting it. And of course, the one axle that comes out easy is going to be the one that's going to sit and fight. Might need a bigger hammer. Let me get a bigger hammer. Alright guys, so this is Wilton. Wilton's my 3-pound sledgehammer. He's on vacation majority of the year. He makes things hard easy. So we're going to straighten it out, give it a couple taps. Like I said, he makes everything that's hard easy. Okay, so after trying different ways of sneaking it in there, came back to this guy right here. So we loosened it up. We didn't take the spindle all the way down, we just dropped it down as far as we could, popped in there. So now let's go to the putting the rest of this thing back together before another one of my customers decides to walk in and talk about how his Sunday went with his wife. So before I tighten this one up, I want to make sure I got this one lined up. This way I'm not fighting it to get it back in. So you have a washer that goes on, and then your, what did I say, 35 millimeter? Yeah, your 35 millimeter axle socket. That lower ball joint is going to be 1 1/16. If you get them to where they spin, if you're bumping it with your gun, that helps it catch and go. If you don't have a gun, unfortunately, I haven't found a solution for that yet. So I'm going to tap on the arm. I'm not hitting the ball joint, I'm just hitting the arm. And we ain't using Wilton to hit it. $18 and $18. On the sway bar length, which we'll have to get with vice grip. Steering. Reclip in all your speed sensors cable, and then rotor, caliper, which is just 2/18, and you are done. This, if I had to put an actual time working on it, I probably only got like 30 minutes in it for almost 2.5 hours worth of labor time called for. If you lost fluid, make sure you top off your oil with what it calls for. And there you have it. Check out our Facebook page at Ugly HP. Like, subscribe, share with your buddies. And as always, keep wrenching.